Well, there's a number of reasons why I occupy. Some of them are personal, some of them are political, but they're all interconnected. It's all relevant. Guess I better start with the personal ones first. I'm not occupying for me. I'm occupying for my son and for his children and their children and the children after that. I believe that as a father, it is a father's duty to make sure that the world can be improved, for his sons and daughters. I believe that's a responsible thing to do. As a person, I've had a lot of things happen directly to me because of how the economic system works. I've had many struggles. I've been homeless countless times, despite my grammar education and despite going through VC and all that sort of thing, and despite going to university. Those things are supposed to make things easier, but unfortunately, if you're born into a lower socio-economic area, they don't help at all, which is really, really disappointing. We do live in a day and age where we'd like to think that everybody has an opportunity, and we like to think that everybody's free, but really you've got to earn that freedom, and really those who are free are just born into freedom. They're born rich, and those who are oppressed are born into depression, which is something that should have been gotten rid of a couple of hundred years ago with the French Revolution and the American Revolution and the birth of Western democracy. We've gone to a great effort to get rid of a hierarchical system and an aristocratic system, and all that's happened is we've got it back again. Today we've got, instead of royalty and a monarchy, we've got corporations and high class. This nobility and royalty are still there, they just call themselves under different names. For instance, did you notice that really, really, really fucking rich people, I mean, multi-billionaires, only breed with other multi-billionaires? Like, not hierarchical much. Keep it all in the family. We are the richest percentage of the world population, and even the Australian population do have a very aristocratic way of going about things, which unfortunately only leads to inbreeding and stupid people, which I'm totally against. Look, I think that right now the problem isn't people. The problem can't be solved by making things, outlawing certain behaviours, and the problem can't be solved by going to Parliament and having laws passed where corporations can't influence government. And that would be nice. Let's all separate corporations from government, and government from religion, and religion from corporations. That's a really good start, but at the end of the day, I really don't think that's going to fix the problem. I think the problem is that our economic system, it's just fallen apart. I think that we don't realise why we have a monetary system in the first place. I don't think that the reason for having a monetary system, i.e. it's a reward system for hard work, in this day and age it's not addressed. You don't go to work because you want to be rewarded for your hard work, and you want food and shelter, and you want to provide for your family. Yes, that's all true. But at the end of the day, we don't go, oh look, I need shelter, oh I need food, oh I need some furniture. We go, I need money, I need a lot of it. And we're encouraged that money will give you happiness. With money you can go out and buy nice things. Go out and get your iPhone, go out and get your iPad, go and get a 3D television. That'll make you happy. And we're finding a really weird, what would you call it? Really weird situation where people are just chasing money, thinking that it will make them happy, and they're just buying more shit that they just consume and they waste and they destroy, and they never are happy. So they go, well, maybe I don't have enough money. Maybe I need $5 million. Maybe I need $5 billion. Maybe I need to, now that I'm CEO of this corporation, I need to give myself a big fat 70% pay rise, and that'll make me happy. And all you get at the top is like a whole bunch of people that have a lot of shit and have like 3 or 4 houses that they don't actually really need. I mean, who the fuck needs to live in 3 or 4 houses? Really? Like, I'm very happy living in one house, you know, and I think one house is hard enough to manage at the end of the day too, you know. And it's a complete waste of space while people are fucking dying on the streets and starving. But I'm going on a rant. But the thing is that money's not making people happy. And I think we're barking up the wrong fucking tree here. I think what the solution is that we need a new economic system. We need a new way to distribute resources throughout the world equally so that everybody's got access to it. Because we've conquered the world. We've gone to every corner of the world and we know that what's there is there. Like, face it, we've met peak oil. We know where all the oil is. We know where all the metal is. Hell, you know, why aren't we just sort of like deconstructing buildings and making new buildings? Like, there's a fucking good idea with all the abandoned buildings. So what we really need to do at the end of the day, cutting to the chase here, we need to fuck off money. I think we need to fuck off the system of reward, because we are living in an age where we can exist without the need for labour. We can automate everything. I believe that we can distribute resources equally throughout the world. I believe that famine should be a thing of the past. I believe that in arid areas such as Africa, where people are starving, that there could be hydroponic systems set up there where they can grow their food, and they should all have equal access to this. I believe that we shouldn't have a situation where one man's car is shit while another man's car is a sports car. I believe that we should have equal access to transport. I believe that public transportation should be free. Hell, I believe that we should have access to free cars. You know, all these resources, nobody owns them. They're the world's resources. We're part of one planet. And I believe that we need to change our attitude. And I believe we need to start sharing the world instead of trying to conquer it. Okay, look, I wasn't here for City Square. I was a passerby who saw it every day on the way to workies, on the tram. What I saw was a whole bunch of tents back here, a whole bunch of people acting very peacefully. I was reading up on it. I was reading up on Occupy Wall Street going, okay, this is a good thing. Like, you know, I've been waiting for this to happen. Do I want to jump in? I'm going to stand back for a second. Then on the Friday, when the eviction party went down, I was walking just down here. Now, I normally catch a tram to work, but unfortunately, Victoria Police had blocked off the road, so I couldn't get to work by tram, so I was a pedestrian. I walked past here, saw all the fences and that, saw a couple of riot vans, saw the big roller vans, saw an ambulance drive past, and I gone, who the fuck is that ambulance for? And I got a little closer, heard a bit of noise, and saw the cavalry, saw the riot police, saw a whole bunch of hippies screaming, and went, oh, that's no good, that's the guys that were down here. And I was wondering what this ambulance was for. I thought, is this for the police? No, I saw this I saw this young man who was bleeding a little bit, and the ambulance was him, and I was like, no, this is no good. And then I saw the one thing that made me go, right, no, I think I've picked my side here, which was a long-haired gentleman who was at the front with the riot police with their shields. They're sitting there going, back, back, back. One of them has reached over his shield, grabbed this guy by the hair, and ripped him up by the hair, thrown him over his back onto the asphalt, and that man was then promptly pepper sprayed. And I went, well, this is a bit fucked. And so after managing to barge my way through all that was happening, and there's, mind you, there's pedestrians everywhere that had nothing to do with it, all fucking shaking. Got to work, looked into it, and I went, right. So the following GA, I was there, and I've been doing this ever since. That message is, at the front line of this movement is education. Right? Now, it's not It's not the same as your education in school. We're not going to fucking tell you what to think. What you should do if you haven't joined the movement is do your own research. Right? What I want you to do right now, grab a pen and a piece of paper. Fuck, you're sitting at a computer, right? Get your notepad thing out, right, and write this down, right? Research fractional reserve banking. Right, and right now I'm expecting a subtitle to come up: fractional reserve banking. Right, fractional reserve banking. Right, research that. The other thing I want you to look into is the history of the monetary system. I want you to look into the history of Federal Reserve banks, and I want you to also look into the Rothschild family. Is a really good one, and that would be a good start. And then I want you to, through your research, right. Pick up a thread, pick up something that interests you personally and start researching that and start educating yourself. Don't let people tell you what to think, right? Start thinking for yourself. Question everything around you and find the solutions. Satisfy your own curiosity. That's what I want you to do.